So, you want to make a video. It is often said that a movie is written 3 times. First by the screenwriter, then by the director, and finally by the editor. We don't really have any of those things, but we do have a series of 3 videos made by me, your local tech director. In this first video, we're going to discuss the pre-shooting part of making a video. Let's get started. So, things your video should not be. First, we have monotonous. Is it repetitive? Does it kind of the same thing mulling over and over again? Kind of like my voice, which is why I'm stuck in the tech department. Is it vague? You want to have a clear idea of what you're going to do with your video. You want ideas, you want the shots in your mind. Is it unoriginal? Has it been done before? Is it like something we've made in the past? If so, how are you going to improve on it and make it a better video? Is it repetitive? Have we already covered a similar subject? Sort of like the whole unoriginal thing, which brings me to the repetitive point. And piggybacking off the repetitive part, is it lame and boring? Are people going to want to watch your video? What about your video makes it exciting? What makes people want to click on it and say, hey, I'm going to watch this video today? Again, you don't want to be repetitive. Is it impossibly difficult to film? Are we going to need a helicopter and a famous actor to make your video? Are we going to need to interview Jay Wright just for someone to watch your video? If that's the case, you probably shouldn't be making it. If you have all these qualifications, then we'll do it. Next up, after you've told your ideas to your trusty club members, you're going to want to put together a crew who you're shooting the video with, because it's not just a one-person job. You're going to need to persuade other people in the club to get involved in your project. Really convince them. Pull at their heartstrings. Kimmy, do you want to be in my video?
I'd love to.
I'm making a really awesome video for the tech department. Do you want to be in it?
That sounds fantastic.
See, it's that easy, except it never is, because people have class and stuff. Ashley, do you want to be in the video?
Yeah, but can it wait till after class?
No. Next up, after you've recruited your trusty crew to shoot the video, you're going to need to gather the equipment, which is stored in the equipment room. So let's go do that. Now, the thing about the equipment room is it's all the way back here. Super secure. Only the highest up executive members of Villanova Television can get into it, as you could tell from the door being wide open. The camera we're using right now is called a Mark III. That's probably what you're going to be using most of the time. It looks a bit like this. Got buttons and stuff. And we also have the C100, which is real heavy duty. Fancy stuff. Definitely not holding it right. Don't do this. After you get the camera, you might want a tripod to stabilize your shots. If you're walking around a lot, you might want to freehand it, but you could also use a monopod, which is good. Now we have the batteries. Camera needs a battery. These batteries are uncharged. In fact, they're not even batteries. They're just things, junk. In the charged bin, we have theoretically charged batteries. But the thing about the charged bin is that they've probably been charged for a while now, which means they're not really charged. So you're probably going to have to put them back in these charging ports and match them up, because we have a lot of different types of batteries for lots of different cameras. There's audio stuff in the mics and audio box. Who would have thought? We have things like body mics, which will attach to you. Oh, it's closing. Which will attach to you. You attach these to things called zoom mics, which look a lot like tasers. I call them tasers because that's easy to remember. But yeah, that's basically all we have in here. After you gather your equipment, you're going to want to head back out. Now, here we have the handy-dandy filming checklist. We have SD cards for camera and microphone, which I just told you to grab. They're over by the computer. They're in little bins labeled for whatever department you're making a video for. We have the camera. If you forgot that, you have a serious issue. Microphone and wire, the things I'm using to talk to you right now. The wire connects to the audio zoom, which is the taser-looking thing I mentioned before. We have the tripod and the monopod, which will help you stabilize your shots so it doesn't look like a shaky cam Blair Witch Project sort of deal. Got the carrying bag, which is where you're going to store all your equipment while you're making the half-mile hike to wherever you're going to shoot this video. And then after you make your video, you're going to want to come back here and put everything back where it was, so I don't have to look for it for 10 minutes. Thank you for joining me on this very special episode of Silicon Valley. That's taken? That's already a show? Series is to be named in the future. On the next episode, we're going to talk about directing, which, spoiler alert, is the fun part. So, see you then. Do you want to be in the video?
Yeah, but can it wait till after class?
No.